All right, bro, I'm about to show you exactly how you can disappear and then become a completely different person in 3 months. And I'm not talking about this cute shit of get a haircut, of go to the gym, bro. I'm talking about becoming a completely different person. And if you clicked on this video thinking it's going to be something you can watch and just feel productive about and then click on the next YouTube video like everybody else's shit, you obviously haven't seen one of my videos before. A core tenet of our gang is taking action. So by the end of this video, you are going to be taking action on this. You're going to stop watching YouTube and you are going to have a plan. First of all, the thing I want to ask you is, why do you think that my videos hit different than other social skills videos? It's because I spend more time on the inner habits. And I do this for a reason. Because, let me tell you a story, actually. When I was 18, I was really lonely, really sad, and like on the verge of depression, bro, because this friend group that I had for 6 years, I didn't really talk to anyone outside of it. And they all graduated. I was the youngest. So I was left for an entire year in high school, feeling like I just wasn't the kind of guy to be social. I wasn't the kind of guy to reach out. And when I had this view of myself, I never fucking did. Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't know how to talk to people about mental health, bro. Of course I didn't know how to reach out and make new friends. And so I was so alone. I felt like the worst part was that I was surrounded by so many people, but I felt so fucking alone. Like I just didn't fit in. I wasn't accepted. No one liked me. And having this view of myself, bro, of course, the things I was saying to myself were not kind. Going into college, right, I finally finished this year of high school, and I was like, thank God, that was a curse. And I was about to move to college, and I was like, I'm never letting this happen again. How am I going to make friends? How am I going to not be this lonely-ass motherfucker this next year? I watched every social skills videos I could get my hand on, bro. And a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, but some of them were like talking about this message versus interference type of scientific shit. And I was like, this is not going to help me. I don't need to know this scientific shit, bro. I need to know how to talk to someone without feeling like a dick, without making a fool of myself. So I watched these other videos on the specific personality types you could have, or how to sound like Oprah, how to sound like this celebrity who's just in this Marvel movie, bro. I don't need to know how to sound like Oprah. I need to know how to fucking love myself. Because that's the only thing that ended up working, was figuring out the inner shit. Not having the specific line to say, not having this exact joke that's going to crack everyone up, because it doesn't exist, bro. Stop looking for the trick or the hack that's going to get you there. The thing that's going to get you there is thinking like a social, self-fulfilled person thinks. Until then, no other trick or hack is going to fucking work. And if you're the kind of person who is thinking like, I have been this way for so long, I can't change. I had this specific upbringing. I had this specific circumstance that I can't change. Things are different for me than every other person. Bro, first of all, the brain is incredibly malleable. Meaning that you can literally change physiologically the way that your brain works, the way that your brain thinks, the way that it fires, which means you change how you show up in the world. It's the reason that human beings have not only lived for so long, right? We've survived for so long, but why we fucking dominated the earth. It's because we, unlike any other animal, have an uncanny ability to adapt and change, specifically change the way that we think. I'm going to show you today how to use that to your advantage, to completely change the person that you are in 3 months. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Luke Kernoble. I'm creating a gang of like-minded young men who are no longer settling for the monotony, depression of living an average life with average social skills. Specifically, by the end of this year, by the end of 2024, we're going to have 5,000 young men who are no longer in this rut. Not only have a close friend group, right? But who are social fucking celebrities, leaders of their community. My promise to you by the end of this video is that you are going to have a game plan, a plan for you to disappear for the next 3 months and to actually change the person you are. And you're going to know how to fucking do it. Because I'm not talking about this cute shit. I'm talking about how to change the way that you think. So firstly, the reason other videos and other videos literally on the same topic, bro, haven't worked before, that you've tried this shit and it hasn't worked before, it's because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on changing your personality rather than your character. Personality is the way that you come off, right? It's the way that, it's the things you say. It's the specific line. It's the specific hack to make people believe that you are a certain way, to make you come off as more sociable, as more smooth, right? Instead of just becoming a more likable social person, changing who you are to be the kind of person you want to be. This is the deep shit. This is the next level shit, right? We're past level 1 of self-improvement of like focusing on this specific habit. We're past that. We are focusing on changing who you are deeply, because there's 3 different levels to change. Most people focus on the outside shit, which is results, right? They're focused on how can I lose 10 pounds in 8 weeks? People who are a little bit smarter, people who have been in this game for a little while longer think, what are the habits that I could do to lose 8 pounds, 10 pounds in 8 weeks? People who actually make the change and actually get shit done, who take what they want from life. These people are focusing on identity. They are focusing on how can I become the kind of person who naturally does the habits that lead me to losing 10 pounds in 8 weeks. This 3rd level is where you actually make fucking change. And this is why it hasn't worked for you before and why this time it's going to be different. Because the fastest way that you can not only make change, but make it stick is through changing your self-image. Because you've tried to make progress before in whatever area you're thinking of. Maybe it's the gym, maybe it's being social, whatever it is, bro. You try to make change and it feels like there's this tension, like you're this rubber band. And every time you try and make progress, it's pulling and pulling. There's more tension and more tension the further you get. Eventually you snap right back to where you were. And you do it again and again, you just keep snapping back. Every time you end up here. And it's so fucking frustrating because it feels like you can't change. Bro. The thing is, you're not moving this side of the rubber band. When you move this side, bro, it's not as hard to go this far, to progress this far. And you can go even further, actually. You can handle more tension. And then, whenever you do snap back, because you're going to snap back from time to time, you're not nearly as far back as you used to be. This second side of the rubber band, bro, that you haven't been moving is self-image. Because you always, every single time, you snap back. You snap back to where your subconscious mind believes that you should be. Where you subconsciously believe that the person that you are should be, right? You have this image of yourself in your mind, no matter how much affirmations you do in the mirror, bro, of saying, I am an alpha male, bro. No matter how much you look at yourself and you say that, if you don't genuinely believe that you are the kind of person to go up and talk to a stranger, to go to the gym, to build muscle, if you don't believe that you are this kind of guy, you're going to keep snapping back to the place that you genuinely believe that you're at. But when you start moving this side of the rubber band, it's going to be easier and easier and easier to take the actions that lead you to becoming this version of yourself. So how do you do that? How do you change your self-image to move it further along to where you want to be? Firstly is by actively taking action, but anyone could have fucking told you that. The real way that you're going to change, bro, is by visualizing. And this can sound woo-woo, right? Some people are like, this is woo-woo as fuck, bro, but hold with me for a second, because your brain and the way that you have been thinking has not been working, so trust my brain for a second. If you visualize yourself becoming, in detail, right? You visualize yourself as this person, getting the rewards that you want. You're going to start casting votes in this box of this is the new version of you, this is the old version of you. You're going to start casting votes that you are this person. Because every time you go to the gym, when you don't feel like it, you start casting votes as yourself, being disciplined rather than undisciplined. And when you do that enough, this box just disappears, bro, and you're left with this one. And you just think, I am a disciplined person. I go to the gym because I've done it for years now. But you can hack this and give yourself these experiences without actually doing them first. Because when you visualize yourself in detail, doing the hard thing, when you visualize yourself getting the reward from it, You see yourself with the muscle, right? You see yourself getting the cute girl's phone number that you would have been intimidated to talk to before. You see yourself with the guy handing back your phone with his contact in it who you really wanted to hang out with. Bro. You start putting votes in this box. Think about it like this. If you were to imagine you're 10 out of 10 girl, right? You're 100% 10 out of 10, whatever that means for you. And she's giving you the absolute gluck 3000, bro. You see this in detail. Your dick is going to get hard. Because your brain and your body, physiologically, cannot tell the difference between reality and vividly imagined thought. When you vividly imagine this enough times, you keep casting votes, bro, and you subconsciously change who you believe you are. When you do this, you move this side of the rubber band. It gets easier to take action, and you can go even further. And then it gets easier and easier to move this side of the rubber band because, again, you're taking action and proving to yourself, casting votes that you are this person. You are this new version of yourself. So, how are you going to actually visualize and become a completely different person in 3 months? Tactically. What is the exact step? You have to first know where you want to be in 3 months. So grab a sheet of paper, pause this video, grab a sheet of paper and a pen. If you don't do this, bro, you're a bitch. Straight up. You're not going to change if you don't take this step because you are so much more likely to actually achieve a goal if you just fucking write it down. But not only are we going to write it down, you're going to have a plan on how to achieve it. So pause this video and don't play it until you have a sheet of paper and a pen. I'm assuming you're back now. So think, in 3 months, where are you going to be? Where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? And what kind of person do you want to become? And I want you to write down max 4 goals. Even better is 1 or 2, because you need to lock in for this 3-month period and think, how am I going to achieve this goal? The less goals you have, the more focus you can put into this one thing. So pause this video, and between each goal, leave a little bit of space. Okay, I'm assuming you're back one more time. Now that you have each of these goals, bro, first of all, you're much more likely than you were before to actually achieve something because you've at least written it down. You have a clear thing in mind to achieve, right? Second of all, you're going to write down the habits. What are the high leverage habits that you are going to do every week? If you did nothing else, these would be the 20% that lead to the 80% of results. Weekly, what are you going to do? If it's gaining muscle, you probably have to work out a certain number of times. You probably have to eat a certain amount of food. Those would be your habits, sticking to your meal plan and working out. If it's to be social, maybe it's talk to this many people every week. Maybe it's hang out with this many dudes every week. Write down the habits that you need to do to actually make this change. Next, after that, go ahead and pause the video. First of all, go ahead and pause the video until you do that and then come back. I'm assuming you're back once again. Now, what you're going to do is put this piece of paper up. Actually, first of all, silly me. I want you to write down a time and a place where you're going to have 15 minutes in your day to go over these goals and visualize you achieving them. Because this is your visualization too, right? These goals aren't only what you're going to achieve, but it's what you're going to see yourself doing in your mind. So write down on this sheet of paper a time and a place where you're going to have 15 minutes to obsess over your goals and visualize. Then I want you to literally take this up on your wall. I have my set of goals right here because I look at them every day. I fucking obsess over them. I visualize them. And that's what's allowed me to make so much progress in such a short period of time. Put them up right in front of you. And every day at that time and place, you're going to come back right here. And for the first 5 minutes, you're just going to look at your goals. You're going to think about them. You're going to think about you achieving them. And then for the next 10 minutes of that 15-minute period, you're going to close your eyes. And in vivid detail, right? You're imagining what clothes you're wearing. You're imagining if it's a little hot or a little cold. Are you a little sweaty? but specifically you're imagining the exact feeling you are going to get whenever you achieve this goal that's on this sheet of paper. What's it going to feel like? Because you give yourself this winning feeling over and over again, you're going to start to believe that you were a winner. But you can only do this if you see this picture as clearly as possible, in as much detail as possible. And when you do this for 10 minutes every single day, bro, you're going to start changing the way that you think. So for this period every day, you're going to look at this, visualize, and you're going to think, how am I going to hit this goal this week? What are the things I'm going to do today to get me one tick closer to hitting this goal? Because it's your responsibility to change, bro. Nobody is going to do this work for you. And the only reason that you're going to get extraordinary results is by doing the things that other people aren't willing to do. If that means visualizing for a little extra time every day, so be it. If that means sitting down and do the hard work of knocking out this paper, bro, fucking do it. Whatever the goal is for you, you have to be the one to do the work. So the only thing left now, brother, is to act now and become unstoppable.